serious miniature gamers remove all their duplicates and items which don't belong to the battlefield before they start their game. This is a 9th age battle, an example of a very serious gaming mode. And Highborne elves are meeting Sylvan elves today. In a frontline clash, hold the ground. The Sylvan elves drop theirs first. Their forest guards and horde of dryads. Sylvan sentinels, a Treeman archdruid, and 5 pathfinders, wild huntsmen and 10 more Sylvan sentinels, and Kestral knights on the side. The Sylvan elves take the first turn. And what belongs in the Highborne elf army?
Yeah, 5 knights of ryma with champion and musician, 25 archers with musician and flaming standby, 1 skysloop that looks suspiciously like a lion chariot, 1 giant eagle, 20 swordmasters with full command and triple march banner, 20 spearmen with full command, ancient dragon with giant blade, divine icon, lucky charm or lucky shield, 1 more skysloop, 5 silver helms with champion and musician, and 1 pyromancy mage who is asfad the scholar and has a book of maladys and ring of fire in the archer unit.
And we're ready to go.
Det er som planen.
Det er ikke lov i dag.
Er det ikke lov i dag? Ok.
The Kestral knights forgot to move up. They were going to move behind enemy lines, but they forgot it and were very strict with movement now. The dryad matriarch cast an unerring strike and killed a skysloop with 1 unerring strike. All the other shooting failed except 1 wound of the archer from a Sylvan sentinel. The wildwood riders stay back.
You also got off Oaken Throne.
And Oaken Throne is on a tree singing moved the forest a bit up. None of the units moved with it. They were not completely inside. Highborne elves turn 1. How will they advance on the objective? Will they take advantage of the lunch-breaking Kestral knights?
Quite possibly.
The Silverhelms charged the sleepy Kestral knights. They woke up and tried to take off, but they were caught in the charge and destroyed as they tried to flee. Kestral knights are gone. That is the balance of the forest. Not everyone's all there, but those who are awake may be evil spirits. The spearmen advance with the dragon behind them, swordmasters. The archers almost take 1 wound of the Treeman in the forest, but not quite. And the skysloop forgets to move forwards, just like the Kestral knights. But we're being very strict now. Sylvan elves turn 2, playing efficiently. The Sylvan sentinels place themselves a bit badly behind the forest. They don't take any wounds of the dragon when shooting. The dryads shoot toxic spores and kill a couple of spearmen. The Sylvan sentinels, on the other hand, of the battle fire to kill 2 swordmasters. And the pathfinders are the unit of the round, killing 2 knights of Ryma. After Sylvan elf turn 2 comes Highborne elf turn 2, and they're charging. The dragon and the spearmen charge into the forest. A couple of spearmen are left hanging from their necks in the trees as they advance towards the dryad enemy. They both make the charge exactly on the roll. All the Sylvan elves are in a thick forest there. It's the elevated terrain piece which is the forests.
Okay.
The Knights of Ryma turn their horse tails to the battle. On the Highborne elf magic phase, they get off the Scorching Salvo with range 27. It kills off something of every unit. A couple of Sylvan sentinels, all 5 pathfinders, a couple of forest guards, 5 sentinels over here, and one wildwood rider. And the drain magic dispels the stone skin of the dryads, which was crucial. One wildwood rider is shot down by the archers, who lined up a little bit badly so 4 couldn't shoot. Now the combat in the forest in the center of the game. There are only 3 spearmen left. The champion is dead from overkill fighting the dryad champion. The dragon didn't take any wounds. And there were 13 spearmen dead. Both dryad matriarchs fell, but only 4 other dryads. So the dryads in the forest won the combat by 1, and the dragon fled. 3 spearmen remain.
The spearmen got absolutely slaughtered by the dryads. I didn't think it would be that brutal.
And they did manage to drain magic on the stone skin.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
So, not the best charge in the world, but it looks like the dragon is safe, even though it fled from the battle.
It looks like it, yeah.
Mm.
Sylvan elf, turn 3. And the Sylvan elves have lost a lot of in all of their units the last round from the Scorching Salvo. So who knows how this will go. On Highborne elves, turn 3.
Yeah.
The Sylvan elf player just learned something. He does not break the ranks of the swordmasters that charge into the forest, and they will disrupt the dryads' ranks. So when they turned the rear to the swordmasters, they doomed themselves to...
It was not the smartest move.
to being known for not making the smartest move. The Highborne elves also had a good magic phase. They got off flaming swords and cascading fire into the combat, and they drained magic to drain the hex, which was
entwining roots.
Which was entwining roots around their feet, giving them -2 weapon skill. That's gone by drain magic. The Highborne elves rally the dragon, the archers, and the skysloop, and they send fireballs to take a couple of Sylvan sentinels. And now we're taking the combat in the forest. The swordmasters killed 7 dryads, charging their rear. The dryads killed 6 swordmasters back, and the swordmasters chased down the dryads who needed snake eyes because of the rear and flank, rear and big rear and disruption in the forest from being charged in the rear. So the swordmasters ran out and lost 1 more swordmaster in the dangerous forest. Now it's Sylvan elves turn 4. And the dragon has rallied. We're now playing part 2. Sylvan elves start turn 4. The BSB moves out of the unit, and he forgot to drop his sacred seeds at the end of the movement phase, but the Sylvan sentinels move up into the forest behind the field. They shoot down some swordmasters. There are only 4 left. The Treeman gets off Summer's Growth on these Sylvan sentinels. They shoot off some swordmasters, as does the entangling root from the Treeman itself. Take 1 swordmaster. The Wildwood Riders come up here, and the spearmen kill the eagle. We didn't even roll any dice. Highborne elves, turn 4. It will all be decided. On Highborne elf, turn 4, the dragon charged the Treeman, and the spearmen charged the Sylvan elves, losing 1 of the 5 knights to stand and shoot, and 2 knights to the field. The Sylvan elves are entrenching themselves in the forest, creating a headache
Annoyance.
for everyone who doesn't enjoy pollen. The dragon killed the Treeman and did 10 wounds to it. He was not prepared for that. The flaming swords and divine attacks meant that he had no chance. The Sylvan sentinels stood against the Silverhams, killing one of them. No, killing none, but standing. But the forest guards decide to flee out of the forest when they see their Treeman die. So the Sylvan elves are forfeiting the battlefield and fleeing. So it's a complete victory for the Highborne elves.
But a very even match until the dryads decided to turn their buttocks to the swordmasters.
Their buttocks tasting of wood and